thing. When you've got the editor-in-chief of Wired signing off on and endorsing giving a game a 1 out of 10 simply because you don't like the creator of the universe that the game takes place in, how do we know Wired is going to be honest about anything else? When they review any kind of tech,
right,
how do we know they're going to be honest about their review? Because they might look at it and be like, yeah, I know a guy that worked on this tablet or worked on this security system, whatever, and I don't like that person because I follow them on Twitter, so I'm going to tank the review on this
right,
thing.
Or this guy he's very political. I don't like, that company has a lot of Republicans working there. I don't like that, so I'm going to give them a shitty review. How can people, your consumers trust Wired at this point? How can the businesses that would give them things to review trust them at this point too? Because they didn't even give it a fair review. If they had given it a fair review and put this as an opinion piece later, that would be different. But that's not what happened.
Nope. So, good on you, Wired, for just completely destroying your credibility. We're J.K. Rowling saying stuff on Twitter some people didn't like, and now they want the game to be canceled because she gets money from it, but they're ignoring the fact that she gets money, a lot more money from other things. It's just this particular video game that these people are hyper-focused on because, again, gaming journos and tech journos have the video game industry in their back pocket. They can control it. They can't control the theme parks. They can't control Lego. They can't control Harry Potter, party favors and all this other stuff that gives J.K. Rowling money, no, but they think they control the video game industry. And they're having a shit fit that this game has broken all kinds of records, sales records, streaming records.
But it's their own fault.
Yeah.
I mean, we can honestly say that the reason this game has become the juggernaut it has become is because of their choices. Their quest to cancel this game has done nothing but make it blow up. It is their own fault this happened.
They turned a call for a boycott into a boycott, and people who don't even like Harry Potter bought this game. Had there not been such an attempt to silence this game, I don't think that it would have sold as well. I think it would have come and gone. People would have been like, yeah, it was actually pretty okay. But, Harry Potter, the Harry Potter franchise at this point is kind of damaged because Fantastic Beasts,
right.
And
a lot of people wouldn't have probably bought it.
They wouldn't have, but because journos had such a meltdown over this game and they got people fired over this game, people were like, you know what, I don't even like Harry Potter, I'm going to buy it just to stick it to you.
Good job.
Yeah, good job with that. So, Gideon Litchfield, that sounds ominous.
Sounds like a bad guy from a comic book.
For a
James Bond movie.
He acts like a bad guy from a comic book or a James Bond movie. Even if you're a Hogwarts Legacy fan, read Good Jaina's review and try to hear what it's saying. This gets deep inside some of the paradoxes of J.K. Rowling.
But not as deep as the sex toys that she reviews, am I right?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. As well as making a key point about how much the games industry depends on queer creators. I believe there were queer creators working on the game. There are a lot of queer streamers and queer Harry Potter fans who bought the game. And maybe some of them didn't agree with Rowling's tweets, but they still bought the game.
Look at me. They keep doubling down this. The queer creators just suddenly came into the gaming industry like yesterday. And we need to support them. It's like they did this with She-Ra and other places too. It's like, we need to support diversity and inclusion because they never did before. But they've been there for years. You just now care about it because it's a rallying point for your cause. Yep. But these people have had jobs in this industry for years. Where were you applying it then? Where were you mentioning it then? It wasn't relevant to what you wanted to leverage that day, so you didn't. And now you want to use them for, attention and cookies. And please don't cancel me. So, they matter now.
They matter now. Cool. Which part was actually the review said? Geeky Sparkles Skywalker. I wonder if she's related to Geeky Sparkles.
No, it's me. I just decided that I'm a Skywalker too because, that's all it takes anymore. You just say. You name it and claim it. I'm a Skywalker, bitch.
Did you marry Luke? Oh, you can't because he's gay now.
Well, that one story. No, he's married to Mara Jade. Luke Skywalker likes gingers. Confirmed.
One time at the Academy, he experimented.
Yeah, one time at band camp.
I think it destroyed Star Wars. I hate what it did to Luke Skywalker, and I think Rian Johnson has his round head shoved up his own ass. But, from a purely technical standpoint, it was a competently made film. So I can't, you cannot in good faith give it a 1 out of 10. This implies the game wouldn't even start. And again, everything that comes out Wired at this point, you're going to have to question because now it's obvious that they will let personal bias taint the review.
What if it's somebody they really like? What if somebody that's political, that's somebody politically charged, they absolutely just worship? They could give their products a 10 out of 10 to convince customers to buy it, and it would actually deserve like a 5 out of 10 because it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or lower, but you're going to go buy it because, we love them, so our review reflects that. So they're letting their personal opinions reflect on their quote-unquote unbiased reviews, but that's all they are is just biases masquerading as a fair review.
Yeah, here, this person said, looks like the journalist rarely covers actual gaming, covers mostly sex toys. That's true. Sex toys and coffee.
And gaming hardware.
And gaming hardware.
They're like hardware things.
Yeah, right. Last article on gaming was October of 2021, but it's only on music.
Yeah, so why now? It's been like, going on 16 or 18 months.
Yeah.
Why now are they suddenly getting to review? Could it be because of the way they identify?
Yeah, seems like it's a case of nobody here wants to write out let's give you. It's almost like they did it just as a deliberate FU to the game publisher. But here's the thing. This game was published by Warner Brothers. So next time Warner Brothers has a release or Warner Brothers has, access to something, they're going to look at Wired and be like, we can't trust you. We can't trust you to be fair.
Well, I'm concerned as a consumer. They're going to tell me something, like I said, something's really good. I can't trust you with that either because what if it's not? But you're just telling me that because you personally have some kind of relationship with the person that made it or company that made it, or they are like someone you politically agree with. You might just let that say that it's a good product when it's not. Yeah,
this is just absolutely ridiculous. At this point, I mean, again, not to keep beating that drum, but this does sound like Gamergate 2.0 has been kicked off. I don't think we're going to view it as such until we're in the rearview mirror, but I think, again, it's going to have the opposite effect where now the general public is going to see what a joke these journalists are because it's so flagrant at this point.
Yeah, I use journalism quotes at this point.
And the thing is I want to bring up that you really need to be careful if you're a video game journalist because right now there are so many websites laying gaming journos off because they don't matter in the grand scheme of things.
If these gaming companies were smart, they would just give copies to Twitch people or YouTube people or people that are actually going to play the game and be fair about it, let people see what it's like to see if they want to buy it. They'd just be better off to do that than go to these journalists anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that's what's going on because there were some people that were streaming it early and some people had review copies and whatever early. And I think they were kind of handpicking people they knew would be fair. I mean, look, if the game has major technical problems or whatever, that's
a different point, but that's not what they were saying.
No.
You know, I mean, like you mentioned yesterday, if it was a mid-range game at best, well, then that would indicate like a 5. You know, a 4 to 6. It wouldn't indicate a 1.
I mean, even if you wrote the review, had your spiel about how you feel about J.K. Rowling and the fandom and whatever, and got to the bottom and was like, okay, fine, I'm going to give this game, my personal review is a 6 out of 10 because I can't separate this game from J.K. Rowling. And
or just that, I still think it's mid-range. I still think there's these problems with it, so I'm only giving it that. People would have still, you know, respected that. They wouldn't be questioning you. And then your editor, because you know you're getting a lot of backlash, there's probably calls to Condé Nast who owns your ass.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to backpedal now. Oh, it's because if you don't listen to me, you're hurting queer creators.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with it.
It's not working anymore because there are so many queer streamers that they have come out and said that, you know, they're buying the game, they're supporting the game. Some of them,
trans people have too.
Yeah, some of them actually agree with Rowling. Believe it or not, people have different opinions about things.
Ironically, there's an article telling them how to hide their Hogwarts achievements from their friends and family.
Yeah. So this is how ridiculous the situation has gotten.
Oh,
So
we got this covered. Oh, that explains everything.
So all these people that are saying they're going to boycott the game, how many of them are actually playing the game? They just don't want you to know they're playing the game.
Somebody on Twitter, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, tagged us in on something that they had. I don't know if it's true or not. There's a screenshot from somebody that was some people from Resetera that were saying boycott. They had like almost 10 hours in on the game.
Yeah, of course. Because look, Harry Potter is the Star Wars for millennials.
It's true. I can't verify.
Oh, I can totally believe it because everybody's gonna rail about it and they're gonna be, oh, I'm not gonna play this game, whatever. It's the biggest release of the year. Yeah, this game
They're
has
all trying to hide it. They didn't know someone had their ID to find out how many hours they played. They're all trying to hide it. There's articles how to hide it from your. Because I told you, people in the comments, if you watch these videos, and people we know have told us, I'm trans, I'm buying the game, but I can't tell my friends because if I tell my friends, they're going to give me a hard time over it, even though I'm personally the identity of what you're so mad about.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is sad because probably what happened was some people from Resetter or Twitter or whatever that were complaining about the game for months, years, they got busted in 4K playing the game. And
now, here's how you hide it.
Here's how you hide it.
Here's how you can have your cake and eat it too, guys. Here's how you can own the game, play the game, have fun with the game, while at the same time publicly protest and say we should cancel anybody that plays it. That's basically what this is about.
Yeah, it's
here's how we're hiding our usage of the game.
Effing hypocrisy of the highest level. And I mean, look, this is the same group of people that you have to hide from that literally set up a website to track streamers to see if they dared stream this game, and then you're supposed to go and harass them and post spoilers in their comment section.
Oh, and then also they were these are the people that this kind of people are the people that were saying that these are the same mentality, same people that were going around through people's tweet history to find one tweet, try to get them fired from their job or different things from. It's okay when they do it, but here's how to hide your shit from other people so you don't get caught.
Yeah, so let's make a list of just a handful of the bullshit things that have happened because of this game, because of slacktivists, right? People that aren't going to leave their house, they're going to sit at their keyboard and try to do damage, have done to people's lives. We've had multiple people fired or forced into retirement because of this game. We had Troy Levitt, who was the lead developer on this game, get pretty much forced into early retirement because of it, because they went into his YouTube history after years of nobody bothering him, right? They went into his YouTube history and found a couple videos that they didn't like because that was critical of gaming journalists. Oh my God, can you imagine? How could you dare be critical of these?
I think the list of people who are critical of gaming journalists at this point in time is longer than the list of people that aren't.
Yeah. They can't be trusted.
So there's that. Then they bullied streamers, they bullied Twitch people, they bullied different things. People were doing it for charity streams, and they bullied them until they pulled it down.
Yes.
They straight affect the hell out of this thing, so now everybody's buying it. They caused the game to be sold, massively sold.
Yeah, people were threatening to boycott Twitch. They were like, we're all gonna stand in unison and we're gonna boycott Twitch, and then it wound up being the highest stream game ever on Twitch.
That's made a lot of money. Oh, they got that girl fired from
Carolyn from Limited Run Games. Yeah, she was a community manager. She got fired simply for saying that she was looking forward to the game publicly on her Twitter, God forbid. And a trans activist, the founder BronyCon, who has a long history of being a problematic person. Right, a very, very long, well-documented history of harassing and doxing people, got her fired, went into her tweet history and found a tweet from like 6 or 7 years ago. One tweet that could be deemed problematic to support. Because the thing is, that person already decided that Carolyn needed to be fired. They just need to find some supporting evidence, just like Troy Levitt.
Because she said she liked the game.
Yeah. They already knew they wanted Troy Levitt gone, because I think in their minds, Warner Brothers was supposed to cancel this game because they had canceled J.K. Rowling in their minds. So Warner Brothers, even though they sunk millions and millions of dollars into development, they were supposed to just cancel this game. And when they couldn't get Warner Brothers to just cancel the game, they went after the lead developer and got him canceled. I think, but this is just tinfoil hat, wizarding hat theory. I think they thought if they would get him ousted from the game, that the whole thing would kind of collapse, or it would be delayed more or something, and things just kind of kept on going the way they're going, And they tried to get the one voice actor who they loved, because that voice actor's in an LGBTQ Netflix show. They tried to cancel him because he did the voice of the character like 4 years ago, before J.K. Rowling tweeted.
But they realized there was an issue.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous.
And the whole thing is stupid. And now the media's all running with it. Yeah, this is funny.
This is the Mary Sue. This site cannot, look, I'm going to be honest, Mary Sue cannot go belly up.
It's gotten to the place where if you go to their site now, a window pops up that you need to disable your ad blocker.
Yes. Yes.
And stuff like that. So they're desperate. Please give us money. We're going to keep shitting and vomiting out these opinions as fact. But keep giving us money. Please give us money.
So now the Harry Potter dog whistle for hate speech is Avada Kedavra, which is the killing curse from Harry Potter, right? And people are putting that into comments and stuff like that, and that's supposed to be hate speech now. But it's basically the wizarding version of go kill yourself, I think, at this point.
Well, no, it actually kills people.
It does, but yeah, people are, now they're like, that's a dog whistle. I'm like, come on.
How come some of these dog whistles are made for people they don't like, but they have dog whistles of their own all the time? Like, okay, for example, they complain about how anti-Semitic this game is. Okay, I want to point out something really quick. The same people who are screaming about anti-Semitism now, and suddenly care about it now when it applies to Hogwarts Legacy, they didn't give two shits about it before that, are also the same people who took the word Nazi, a word that meant something that was, you know, it was like a horrible thing, tied directly to anti-Semitism, tied directly to the Holocaust, all these things. I mean, that is like the worst thing. And now it just means you don't like what I like. Yeah, you're a Nazi because you don't like the cartoon I like, or you don't like the movie I like. They go around randomly throwing that around so much that the word has lost all meaning, which is an insult to people that were, you know, harmed by the actual Nazis.
Yeah.
Because they basically lowered it to just mean, you know, you're a poo-poo head I don't like. I mean, how can the duality here is just ridiculous. You can't claim anti-Semitism now when you kind of like had a hand in it prior.
This is like
It's less than what it meant.
this game has broken so many people. I mean, look at this first paragraph in this damn article here. For the past few years, as J.K. Rowling has wholeheartedly embraced transphobia. Again, the BBC had to apologize for having the editor-in-chief of The Gamer on definitively saying that she was, in fact, a transphobe and that she was an awful person and we had a moral obligation to boycott anything associated with her. They had to publicly apologize for Gaming Journal. That's how bad things have gotten in the very first sentence in the very... Like, you're getting very close to lawsuit territory, and you're not some, like, just indie blog. You're actually... They're owned by a corporation now. The Mary Sue, they got sold like a year ago. And your site owners could be liable for your idiotic defamation.
Well, they're like the Harry Potter franchise has become a haven for
anti-trans bigots.
For anti-trans bigots. Okay, wait. There's a lot of people who like Harry Potter who aren't anti-trans, you know? And I'm sorry, saying a woman shouldn't be called a menstruating person does not make you anti-trans by any means. However, I want to point out that you also have articles like when we got this covered about how you can hide your playing it. So they're still playing it, they're just hiding it. So if you play it at all, I guess that makes you an anti-trans bigot, doesn't it? I mean, even if you're hiding it so people don't know. Also, I love how, you know, when people didn't boycott Star Wars, it was because they were bigots for boycotting it. But now if you don't boycott this, you're a bigot because you don't I mean, the goalpost always moves according to whoever's talking.
Yeah, and it's always a double standard. Yeah, Star Wars thing, like, man, we got it because we said, hey, we're sitting out episode 9. Not because we had some, like, moral obligation. We're sitting out episode 9.
We didn't give a shit.
Because we didn't give a shit. Because The Last Jedi broke the franchise. There was nothing to go back to, and everything we heard about episode 9 was like it was going to be worse than The Last Jedi. You know, it was a cluster. I have no interest. I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
Vocal minority they always want to scream about? That's these people.
Yeah.
They're the vocal minority.
And you've given them, these corporations have given these people
Too much power?
Too much power. They've given them a massive platform. They're actually paying to promote their bullshit articles, and they're playing with fire. One of these days, they're going to get sued. They're going to get sued. They're going to get Hulk Hogan into oblivion like Gawker. And I have to wonder, these gaming journal layoffs, if part of the reason isn't that the companies are like, oh yeah, the gaming journals are liability, they're going to get sued, and we can just hire, you know, we can just roll the gaming into our tech blog or something, and have some actual people, actual writers give an honest journalistic review of the stuff and not have to worry about all the drama and the reset around and all that shit.
I have a question real quick. So the other article was talking, in the comments people were talking about how basically they're going around, like you said, they're putting spoilers in people's...
Yes.
How would they know what the spoilers were if they didn't play the game?
Somebody had to play it, right?
Right. So they either had to watch someone play it, or they themselves had to play it, or have somebody they know that's supposed to be one of them play it. Because they're going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's... They're playing it. You know they're playing it. Like half the people on Resetter, even though they're not allowed to talk about it, half the people on Reddit, even though they're not allowed to talk about it, they're all playing the effing game. You know they're playing the game. They might be grinding their teeth while they're playing it, but then they're going to turn around to their friends and be like, I'm one of the good people. I haven't played this game.
Well, I'm going to say, though, about the killing curse. I mean, the fact that we're going around just putting it as a comment on people who know we're trans is bullshit. Don't do that.
No, that's
I mean,
not.
I want to make sure I put that in there real quick. Doing that is not okay. Because even if it doesn't actually mean anything in reality, you know what it's supposed to mean. And that's just shit. And that just gives them more fodder to go, they're harassing us. You know, oppression. And then they'll do what they can to cause you trouble or to cause the game trouble. Just don't do that, because it's a really shitty thing to do. I mean, some people deserve it. They deserve something. I don't know if I would go that far. But it's a really shitty thing, and you probably should stop doing that.
What they deserve to have happen
Is get no platform?
is to have these corporate owners of these websites shut them down, turn them off, tune them out. They can go back to Resetter, they can go to Reddit, and they can complain all they want to, but they should not be bankrolling them to have a platform when it's obvious that, you know, they're not going to be fair, they're not going to be balanced.
Well, I wouldn't trust Wired as far as I can throw it.
No, they destroyed it.
Either really super positive, really super negative reviews, because they clearly let their biases impact their reviews, so they're not a reputable source for review information.
They used to be. Long time. I mean, it's been a long time.
Well, this guy's been here for a couple years now, so...
Yeah, so good luck. You know, there aren't a lot of places hiring journalists right now, so you might want to just watch what you do, watch what you
I can't
say.
believe he doubled down on this. God, they're so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll see you in the morning. M-A-G-A.